What is up, you sexy beasts? I hope you guys are doing very well wherever you are in the world. Yesterday, I got accused of lurking in the shadows with my dramatic lighting, so I thought today, go for something a bit brighter, a bit lighter, you know? If you're new to the channel, thank you so much for being here and for watching. I really appreciate it. My name is Vakey, and I am a photographer, videographer in the CrossFit space. And so my channel is mainly around content creation, but I also owned 2 CrossFit affiliates. I'm a level 3 CrossFit trainer, and I've got a lot of friends in the space, so it's important to me to also discuss some of the stuff that's going on in our world at the moment. There are so many videos out there already about the whole CrossFit situation, with Glassman standing down as CEO and Dave Castro coming on board as CEO. So I'm not going to read through all their statements again. I'm sure you've seen them, I'm sure you know what's going on, and the reality is things are changing so rapidly currently that, you know, when you put out a video, 12 hours later something else has happened and it's changed again. But I just wanted to kind of give my opinion today on handing over the CEO role to Dave Castro. If you've been around the CrossFit scene and you're familiar with Dave Castro, you kind of know the character that he is. You know, we all love to hate Dave. He's kind of that villainous, is that a word? Villainous? He's this villain kind of character when it comes to the CrossFit Games, which I love. I think that suits. It kind of makes the story more interesting to have this person that gives us clues about the workouts and then have these horrible tests for the athletes to go through. He's obviously a dude with some very strong convictions. He seems to not back off when he makes a decision or does something. He really just stands by it. I've never really heard Dave backtrack on anything he's done or apologized or anything like that. He seems like a very opinionated, very strong human being. Now, I don't know Dave personally, but that's just kind of my perception of him, watching the games and kind of following along. He's obviously a very capable human being. To be able to pull off the games year after year to the standard that he does, it's admirable, it's amazing. But the question is Dave the kind of leader that we now need as a community, especially the affiliate owners community? Is he the kind of leader that will have empathy and understand their struggles in this time or not? And I love this meme that Talking Llamas put up this morning.
I'm sorry, guys. I've been pretending to be someone that I'm not.
I think it's very accurate in that Dave Castro does seem like a mini Greg Glassman. Dave and Greg have been working together hand in hand for a long time, with the games being at the ranch, and I can't help but think that Dave's leadership style and approach is very similar to Greg's. I feel like appointing Dave as a CEO was kind of the road of least resistance. It was the easiest option. The minimum requirement was met. Some change happened, and that was the easiest change. It's essentially the dad handing over, you know, the rule to the son, essentially. I'm not sure how much time was put into the decision. Obviously, it all happened pretty quickly. So I don't know who else was considered, if anyone else was considered, but I would not be surprised at all if we see more changes within the leadership happen in the next few weeks. I would hope that at a minimum, they would create a board of directors that can kind of help make decisions. And, you know, the reality is Greg still owns 100% of the company. So is he going to be just the puppet master with Dave, or, you know, how much actual individual say is Dave actually going to have when it comes to making decisions, making change, and is he going to be able to make that? Because I know that I can imagine a lot of his time is taken up planning the games and putting that event together. I just don't know how much time he's actually spent on a local box level understanding what the challenges are. Because the reality is the 1,000+ gyms who have de-affiliated did not just de-affiliate or separate themselves from CrossFit because of the statements that Greg made in recent days. There has been some underlying issues for a long time. I've spent time, and I'd still spend time, with hundreds of gyms all around the world, and they are struggling. They are struggling with the lack of support and leadership from CrossFit. You know, the CrossFit training courses are second to none. They're amazing. I've done them all and I enjoyed and got so much value. I can say with confidence that I got more out of my 2 days doing my level 1 certificate than I did in 3 years doing my sports science degree. That is my honest truth. But the reality is that a level 1 cert does not give you any knowledge of running a small business. And so although CrossFit's been responsible for really training high quality coaches, they've really dropped the ball when it comes to actually teaching and coaching basics of business. And I have always thought that having the CrossFit name on your gym was a massive benefit to your gym. It's such a worldwide recognized brand. And the example I always use is, if you don't have the word CrossFit in your name, let's say for example your gym is called CrossFit Boom. If you take away the word CrossFit, you walk down the street and you ask 100 people, have you ever heard of Boom? not many of them would have heard of Boom. But if you ask them, have you heard of CrossFit? I can guarantee that the percentage of people who have heard the word CrossFit, understand what it is going to be a lot higher than the people that will know, your name without the word CrossFit. So I've always encouraged gyms to affiliate. I think the affiliation fee is very low for the benefit you get purely from that name, even with no other input. But the thing is, now that name has been tainted, it's been stained by what Greg has said. And I don't know if that knowledge is only within our community because we are CrossFitters, we know what's going on. Maybe the general population haven't heard a thing about what Greg has said, and maybe their view of CrossFit, the brand, the name CrossFit hasn't been tainted. I don't know. I mean, it has been on pretty major news platforms, so I do think that the brand name has been compromised, it has been tainted, and so all of a sudden, the thing that I believed in, which was the affiliation fee is very affordable for the amazing brand name, the universally known brand name that you get. I don't know if it's worth it anymore now. But I do know that gym owners are not just de-affiliating because of what Greg said. There's been some underlying issues for a long time. I sincerely hope that Dave can prove me and everyone wrong, and I really hope that he's got some things within him that he hasn't been able to display, but with this opportunity of being CEO of CrossFit, he now has the opportunity to perhaps display some leadership qualities and some talents and gifts and some abilities that he has that perhaps he hasn't previously shown to us. A lot of big brands ask for some change. They said that they would cut ties with CrossFit if no change took place. Change has taken place. It's been minimal, but you can't argue that there has been a change. And so I don't know what that means for bigger brands, whether this is enough for them. It certainly isn't enough for me. I would like to really see some action from Dave over the next kind of 2-3 months, and really some aggressive action to see change, not only in the sport of CrossFit, but more importantly on the affiliate level. But I would not be surprised if there's some more developments in the leadership and maybe another change. Who knows? That's all I have for now. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Do you think Dave has what it takes to be the CEO? Do you think he's going to be just a puppet in the hands of Greg behind the scenes? What do you think? I'd love to hear. Guys, keep roaring love, stay sexy, and I'll probably see you tomorrow.